And now we're warning them again. If there's something that they are not doing right, then the government should take responsibility and cut them off. It's just that simple. Senate gives panel 6 weeks to probe 30 trillion naira CBN loan. That's another headline on the Punch. Parties demand 3.7 trillion naira pardon probe. Northern senators disown Ningi. So are we saying he is lying, or are we saying he's a scapegoat? Which one? Well, from the looks of things, they seem to be in disagreement with the senator. Jam question: Otedola has a lot of property or properties. Well, you want to find out what that means, you have to get onto the Punch newspaper. In the meantime, there's also more to look at on The Nation. Don't forget, we're streaming live on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Justin, Bitcoin hits all-time high above $71,000 for a Bitcoin. How do you do this with the situation with Binance? And this one says Pencom didn't give federal government 10 trillion naira loan. That's also a headline you would find on the Nation newspaper. Tinubu to governors, pay wage award to your workers. Tinubu to governors, pay wage award to your workers. UK bars foreign health workers from bringing dependents. I was reading this up too, and they're also looking at other areas where they don't want people to bring in family members or relatives. If you're coming for school, it should be you and for school. If you're coming to work as a health worker, then it should be you and your work. And those are some things that they've been looking at lately. Only 55,000 doctors to 200 million Nigerians, says Minister. Only 55,000 doctors to 200 million Nigerians. Do the math. And we had over 16,000 leave the country. So do the math. So even if those 16,000 did not leave, we would still not meet the usual standard of how many people to a doctor, which is supposed to be, I think, a doctor to what, 6 or 4. We would still not meet that standard, even if the 16,000 doctors that left did not leave. So what are we not doing right? For me, I think you could go to The Nation and find the details, but I don't think government should be giving us these figures. If you know this stat and you have this data, you should know what you should be doing. You don't need to tell Nigerians the problem. Nigerians already know that there's a problem. We know this thing you're saying. We know we don't have enough doctors. We know we have more people, more patients to doctors in the country. Well, most importantly, we know we don't have infrastructure. And we know that doctors are not well taken care of. They don't have the proper working environment. We know all of these things. So why re-echo it to us? Instead, put your foot down and solve the problem. Why do we have only 55,000 doctors to 200 million Nigerians, or even more? What should be done that is not being done? Those are the things that perhaps the government should be telling us, not the problems that Nigerians already know. Let's see another headline on the Nation newspaper. Bayelsa Tribunal rejects Silva's request for members to recuse themselves. That's on the Nation still. And if you also still look at the Nation, you would see pardon claim. Senators put Ningi under fire. Senators put Ningi under fire. Find the headline there on the Nation newspaper. Federal government targets 6,000 megawatts in 6 months. This is very ironic, especially when you look at the fact that the federal government has lamented the blackout despite 65% subsidy and warned discos. That's on the Punch. So if you put 1 plus 1 together, if you're saying that you're having problem with distribution and vandalization of transmission infrastructure, and then you're targeting 6,000 megawatts in 6 months, which you would find on the Nation, how are you going to move all of that? Have you solved the problem in the middle? We'll go for a commercial now. Remember, Nigeria Info 92.3 PH, that's the handle on Facebook. You can watch, listen, and comment. We'll be back.
The show continues after this break on Nigeria Info. The drama.
Is 0809-030-6416 on X, Nigeria Info PH. Let's see what we have on the Vanguard. Presidential system corrupt, too expensive, Adebanjo. So find out details of that on the Punch newspaper. Adebanjo is the leader of the PAN Yoruba social political organization, Afenifere, Pa Ayo Adebanjo, just so you know. So you can find details of that on the Vanguard newspaper. There's still more to look at on the headlines. This one says VCs, registrars, bursars not paid, so no going back on strike. SANU. Wow. Okay. I was about to say, was it the fact that the VCs, registrars, and bursars are not being paid this time? That's why there will be no going back on the strike, because if the lower, maybe staff on the lower levels have not been paid and they are embarking on strike, some of the senior staffs are the ones that tries to tell them, don't worry, let's I'm just saying, I don't know, it could be that or not, but it's somehow when you say no going back on the strike, because I mean every other person have not been paid, including the bursars, the VCs. So I wouldn't know. But let's wait and see, because remember how much ASU was intend to stay with their strike because of payment issues and the rest of them. And we know how VCs in some of the schools try to get ASU to come back to work, lecturers to come back to work. So when you look at that and then you look at this now, where SANU is saying its members, including vice chancellors and registrars and bursars, have not been paid 2022 arrears, so there's no going back on the strike. You now say, well, now you know what ASU was fighting for. Maybe that's what some people would say. Well, let's look at how this plays out. We'll wait and see whether at the end of the day the strike would continue or suspended. Time will tell. Meanwhile, another headline says abductions. Some sub-regional forces conspiring against Nigeria's stability presidency. Again, it's interesting that you have this information, but Nigerians don't need to know this problem because they don't have the tools to solve it. You do. You control the borders. You have all security agencies at your beck and call to decide how to do it and what to do it. You have relations with some of these regional countries, countries bordering Nigeria on the north, on the south, on the and on the east. So have relations with the government, discuss these issues, bring a solution. It's a problem that Nigerians already know. Again, we're back to the same place we started. I insist, 3.7 trillion naira not linked to any project, Senator Ningi. So now, despite all, the man is still standing on what he said. It brings us to ask, is it that he knows something we don't? 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0002, or 0817-923-0007. All of those are the numbers you can call to join the conversation this morning and respond to any of the headlines that you see interesting to you. On Facebook, Nigeria Info 92.3 PH is the handle. So go on there and be a part of the discussion. You can watch and listen from wherever you are in the world, and importantly, drop your comments. So let's go to Facebook and start there. This one says the governor should go to war against those grabbing lands in Ichie local government area of the state. Fidelis Elemowa. Back to this again. I've always said, now keep saying to you people till we get it. Before you call the governor in the community, what are the traditional institutions doing? The families that own the land, the compound chiefs and the head chiefs and the rest of them, what are they doing? The council chairman in your local government council, what has been done? The youth groups, the CDCs, all of them, are they not aware of the individuals that are doing this, that are from the community in some cases, if not in most cases? So I think those should also be addressed first before you say the state government should come and if the state government comes now, it's still going to ask those people for what's the problem. Good morning. Rivers State PDP spokesman wants Senate president over the comment against the governor. I'm appealing to Akpabio to stay away from Rivers politics. Blessed Ola. Thank God ability says Tinubu to governors pay wage awards with their workers. Local government chairmen should also pay wage awards with their workers. Budget padding. No smoke without fire. Senate should set up an independent investigation. Skillful Piro, good morning. The governor gave 20 million to slain police officer. It's a welcome development. He should do it to others too, or are they selecting who to give? Lorenzo Delight says Rivers State government should hear the cry of those Ignatius workers who were relieved. The governor should approve the 10,000 civil service jobs. There is hunger in the land. Giving 20 million to late officer's wife is a good one, but taking care of the police welfare when they are alive is better. And that's the problem. I think that's one thing every police officer would hope changes. Only 55,000 doctors to 200 million Nigerians. That's a poor one. Justice says land grabbing is giving a bad name. Something needs to be done. Adindu Wisdom says the non-existing assembly members sitting and wasting their time all in the name of making laws and amending laws is laughable. Omuma LGA has no assembly member. We don't know Silvanus Nwankwo. Well, that's your Christian Williams. The issue of land grabbing in Igbo is indeed a thing of concern, and I joined the Igbo Kingdom Council of Chiefs to call on government to come to the aid of Ichie people. That's another one on Facebook. There's still more on Facebook. So Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. That's the handle. Go there and drop those comments. We'll be taking them. Meanwhile, 0817 923 0002. 0817 923 0002. You can also call 0817 923 0003. We'll be taking your calls now, and then we'll also be taking your messages on WhatsApp, the much that we can. Mike Ebulu Michael says, River State Assembly amends local government laws. That's good, but they should do what the Constitution says. Local government must be autonomous. Iceberg says, sub-regional forces sponsoring insecurity, federal government, is this a sign of weakness? Too bad. Good morning. The reaction tackling Akpabio's statement during this service of songs, asking the governor to resign, is a clear proof that the speaker does not understand what his position entails. This person, confident, says the president and his ministers are confused. In terms of administration, it's too unfortunate. Okay. JJ from Rumigbo is on the line. We also have Temple from Oyigbo. All right, so we'll start. Temple, let's hear from you quickly. Good morning, Nigeria Info. Please try to keep it very short and precise.
Good morning, the very distinguished Femi Andrew.
Good morning, go on.
Yes, I want to say it's indeed a welcome development. The 20 million that is given to the wife of the same police officer, Ambashan, and the entire family to cushion the effect of what they are passing through, even though it will never bring back the dead alive again. But I want to also appeal to the Nigerian police. At least there is indeed for them to also, most of them that are still in active duty, to pay more concentration on what they are doing. Because at the last time I checked, when attentions are being divided like this, it will stay done for some of them on the road on the name of stop and search. But for me, I call it stop and collect money. And at the same time, looking at what my Royal Majesty has said as a nation, I think for me, as a people, are we going to negotiate on our own land, on the property that belongs to you? Somebody is dragging it with you. Or are we negotiating that it is a boundary issue? Because what we see at the very distinguished Femi Andrew is people forcefully collecting other people's land. And for Chief Charles Wala, these are not strangers, sir. These are not strangers. They are people, sons. Because they are the people that are bringing these strangers. So let's set that record straight that the people causing this problem are sons. It's important. And let's handle this issue the way it should be. Begin to call the names of this person. If we go down to some of our rural communities, that our women have no land to farm this farming season. So let's deal with the issue and stop pampering and trying to protect the image of these criminal elements who want to get money at all costs.
All right, Temple, thank you very much. Let's move on now to JJ and Rumi Bull. Temple, your point has been made. Thank you. I said keep it short and precise. You already made your point.
Yeah, so good morning.
JJ, good morning. Go ahead.
Yes, let me start by thanking the River State government for the gift of that money to the slain police officer. It shows that River State government under the leadership of Siminalayi Fubara really cares. Then FG lamenting blackout despite staying 65% subsidy. Andrew, do you remember yesterday, the same FG told us that about 14 states and FCT will be under mass kidnapping. Are you aware of that headline yesterday?
Right, that was not how the headline was put. JJ, that was not how the headline was written. It's the fear of schools that are under threat to be kidnapped.
It's not far from what they said. So at the end of the day, this book of lamentation they are reading for us every morning, who do they want to solve this whole thing? You pay as much as 65% and people are still sleeping in darkness. Andrew, food I want to eat yesterday as I bring her out, it does sour. So who does the federal government pay this subsidy to? And conclusively, bro, River State Civil Society accusing the River State Police Command of bias. I think I support them in total. Something happened in Eshe, you saw the video up till now, you told me you invite such people, and somebody you invited came, clean slate, the next thing you put him and lock him up. Who does that now? Tunji Disu, go to Eshe and make sure those people who commit that action and dastardly act are also brought to book, not chasing innocent people all around.
Let's go over to Alu now. Blessed, good morning.
Good morning, my brother in the studio. Pertaining this budget padding in between senators and the presidency, there is from the nonsense, there are symptoms of truth. Whoever may concern that involved in this budget padding, they should bring the person name out, because Nigeria are passing through air, see the hunger everywhere and there. That's number one. Secondly, pertaining the spokesman of PDP in River State telling the Senate president that what he's doing is totally condemnable. That statement of a Senate president, you don't know the position that is handling. For him to be talking any derogatory statements against our governor of River State, our governor says something that touches everybody situation whereby what you are struggling, you have kill and bury, you are struggling, see vanity upon vanity, this man has gone. That word touch everybody, not if he didn't face anybody. My greatest surprise that Akpabio say, let me answer you. Answer him for what reason? If Akpabio don't want to do politics in Akwa Ibom State, you want to come to River State, is to stay away from River State politics. Because River State citizens are behind the Governor Fubara for his regime. And whoever may concern, no intimidation from any angle at all that will scare River citizens. I'm using this medium to tell my Muslim friends in the whole world that to pray for Nigeria, for this what we are passing through, so that Nigeria can be work again. Thank you very much. I'm blessed for Malo.
All right, blessed. Thank you very much. Chijoke in Umwebulu, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, Chijoke, go ahead.
Okay. On the area of land grab, this issue of land grabbing, I see that they just use it to cover up. It is the youth of the community. After selling their land to individuals, they mobilize themselves again and use bulldozer and enter into those lands and begin to scatter every land that they have sold to people and start selling it at a very cheaper price. I've been a victim. Can you hear me?
Yes, go on.
Yes, I've been a victim. The people that are doing the land grabbing, they are the community boys. Even their leaders, they are aware of it. No stranger that will come to a land and invade a land and begin to grab land. No. They connive with the community youth. After selling to individuals, they still go and regroup, mobilize money, hire bulldozer, and begin to bulldozer all the lands that they have put up. You have been a victim. They are calling on government is just trying to window dress or trying to maybe some of the elders that were not carried along. They now decided to call government to come and intervene. And I know that government is not coming to intervene because they know what they are doing. Then on the area of our Senate president should not be taken serious because I know him as a joker. He was supposed to be a comedian. I'm sorry to say that. All his previous utterance, if you watch it very well, you will see that the man is always a joker. So we should not take him serious.
All right, Chijoke, thank you very much.
Position he's occupying.
Let's go to Ginigba now.
That is my own submission.
Thank you. Braid, good morning.
Good morning, Efiemi.
Welcome. Go ahead, Braid. We also have Taria in Buguma on the line.
Yes.
So, Braid, quickly.
The governor of the state gave a check to the slain police officer's wife. I think it's a good one. If the governor, River State, will do that, what is the police authority? What are they doing concerning their slain officers, also their living officers' welfare? What are they doing? That should be a question sign to the IG. And also, senators denying concerning pardon, and the man still stand tall to say there is pardon. That money is for what? I think Mr. Senate President should be able to answer Nigeria, and Mr. President of Nigeria should be able to answer that senator. Nigerians want to know what that money is meant for, that billions are meant for. In a country where people are hungry, the country is thinking, and they are still padding, putting money into their back pocket. Nigerian money, workers' welfare, they are not talking about it. Workers, lecturers are about to go to strike. They are not talking about that. Nigerian civil servants, yearning for their wages, they have not done anything. They are padding. And also, statement credited to Akpabio. Well, I think Akpabio, for me, Akpabio is neglecting. It will continue because he used to send mail. He used to send prayers to mailboxes. There is nothing, not anything that Akpabio did. I'm not going to be surprised because what Akpabio is doing, he can only do in Rivers State. Akpabio cannot do that in his own state. So Akpabio should continue because they said when inside rats, now they carry, go call outside rats if there is food inside here. Come. That is what is happening. Somebody inside the state is playing the drum for Akpabio. Let him continue to dance.
All right, Braid. Thank you.
He cannot dance again.
Let's go to Buguma now.
God bless you.
Taria from Buguma. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
All right, Taria, go ahead. We also have OK waiting. So let's hear from you quickly, Taria.
All right, Senator Ningi, concerning the budget padding. And now I listened to you, was interviewed by a Arise television journalist yesterday. And I listened very attentively to the distinguished senator. He made one point that's interesting. He said this allegation is raising against the National Assembly, the senator, that they've not asked, he is expecting them to ask him, what is the source of your evidence? That instead of that, they're intimidating him, they want to arrest him, they want to malign him. Now, the point is, I don't know the country. These are the caliber of people Nigerians elected to put policies and laws that will improve the plight. In view of what Nigerians are going through, Andrew, with what we are going through, senators will be, yes, though it is not yet proven, but it's so shameful to hear that pardon. And what bothers me, pardon has been associated with our National Assembly. That's the most annoying aspect of the thing. What kind of nation? Shame onto our senators and our National Assembly members. It's most unfortunate. In this crucial time, what Nigerians are going through, we are still getting 3.something million pardon. What kind of shame onto them? Thank you.
All right, Taria, thank you. Okay, from Igruta. Good morning.
Andrew, good morning.
Good morning, okay.
Yeah, I want to make my comment about land grabbers in a chain.
Go on. My
brother, when people want to do evil, they target another people, land grabbers. Is that only their land in River State or in Nigeria they are grabbing? Yes, I'm just neighboring in a chain here. I know what they are doing. They will get up and sell their land they sold before. After that, they are grabbing our land. They are grabbing our land. They chief and the local even they know what they are doing. The youth and the chief and the kings, they know what they are doing around that place. Killing people unjustly, grabbing land. I don't want to go far. That's their problem.
Thank you.
They will reap whatever they sow in this life. Thank you.
All right, okay. Let's go to Uche now. Uche, good morning. You're welcome.
Yes, Andrew, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes. Senator Andrew, I beg no verse. The Nengi, is he a man or woman?
He's a man, Senator Nengi.
Okay. Senator Nengi put under fire. My question is, why putting him under fire? He said budget was padded. I expected Senate, all the senators, to set up a disciplinary committee to find out, to ascertain his level of obligation, rather than attacking him up and down. That is why many people who speak their mind or truth in politics are being tackled and attacked on every areas of life. Must everybody politic the system? That is me. So employment recruitment to start in Ajuru University. For me, it is a very good one. I'm only appealing to River State government to do the needful to avoid segregation. Instead of favoring, this one now these people, this one now the other people. I believe this employment should be for River people. And the needful should be done because government is a continuity. Good morning.
All right, Uche, thank you. Let's quickly hear from Cookie Gam and then we move on to some more messages. Cookie Gam, good morning.
Andrew, good morning. Oh.
Good morning. Oh.
Andrew, Haiti Prime Minister resigns. Andrew, you see, when a country is in crisis and the president look at it, he cannot continue. It's to throw the towel and resign. I want also to look at the president in Nigeria. If you look at what is happening in Nigeria, he cannot cope up to. Let him also do what the Haiti Prime Minister did to save this country to move forward. And secondly, again, PDP accuses Akpabio of what caused crisis in Rivers State. And remember, there was some time I visited Kokata, Pacific Service. He made a comment there. And last weekend again, when we had this show, all of us were crying for the love of our beloved brother, the wife of child. Ababi was in the church service, also want to cut that problem again. Ababi have no conscience that people are lying down there. A young man who's full of blood has gone to rest. They do not feel that sympathy for the family. He's here talking about who will not do it or that one again. Please, Ababi, I want a time Rivers who should stand and oppose this man. Let's talk about cause Rivers. Rivers State is peaceful under Governor like He's trying his best as a governor. A man that has humility. A man that has to put his word together. A man that has compassion for people. Currently now he's doing well. Because to cause Rivers State, we all of us are living peaceful in Rivers State. Please, Abadio, enough is enough.
All right, Cookie Gam.
Not grant Rivers State if you control like this again.
Thank you very much.
Let us allow to do Rivers State peaceful under this governor.
Cookie Gam, thank you. Let's move on now to our Facebook page and take some messages. This one says, good morning. This is Menegbo Beckel John. The Senate President is known as a man who makes utterances that are meaningless when it comes to politics. I don't think it's the first time he's hitting at the governor. King Adedeji says, budget padding has become a custom or practice in the House of Senate. Anyone who comes out to deny the existing budget padding is telling a big lie. Uzondu Imaegbu says, we are dying in a cheer. No lights, no police stations, no banks, no road. The owner of the land are not ready to do anything. Alaris Spief says, good morning. Akpabio's statement was very childish and uncalled for. I'm happy that the pastor kept him where he belongs. Said Aninge is serious. It's telling us what went wrong with our budget, and Akpabio cannot say anything to defend his office. That's also from Facebook. On WhatsApp, still more. Lecturers are more corrupt than the government, so they don't have the local standing to go on strike. Their demands are selfish and not justifiable. Igbani Joe, that's you sending in that message. This one is from Mark Opoine, and he says the land grabbers in the J are not done. It was not been the act is not being carried out by strangers. They know their sons who are responsible. I think they're enjoying the proceeds. Now they are calling on government to rescue them. They will still cry when government comes. Good morning. I have always known that the Senate President is not savvy, but he can continue to do as he pleases in Akwa Ibom and not here in Rivers State. Michael from Port Harcourt, that message is from you. We'll see another one here on WhatsApp. This one on X. Don't forget, it is Nigeria Info 92.3. Nigeria Info PH. I beg your pardon. Nigeria Info PH is the handle on X. I'll just take some messages on X. Atango Datwigbo1 says Mr. President should caution Godswill Akpabio for making utterances or comments against the governor of Rivers State. Trying to get out more messages on X. It's just being a bit difficult to do that. All right, let's get back to WhatsApp. This one says, they should fix the irregularity and reinstate the genuine ones and the governor should reinstate those youths whose jobs are cancelled, because pushing them back to the streets after 9 months at this time is anti-people. Best you sent that message in. We'll go for a commercial now. More messages when we return.
For more talk, news and sports, stay tuned to Nigeria Info. We'll be right back after this. Before we go,